Alright guys, hello Anmarchi here, and welcome to the latest and greatest faction server in the multiverse. Factions Fire on Woodycraft. This is the latest server, most recently updated server, however you want to say it. And today, I'm going to show you guys how to make some money. I'm going to, partially, this is a test for myself to see what's more profitable and what's less profitable. Firstly, I'm going to try collecting sand, see how much money I make from that. I am right now. If I check my balance, you guys can see I'll put it in the chat a few times. It's $0. I don't have a single cent on the server. I do actually had about 17k, but I paid it to my alt, so just so that I could get a fair test here. So the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to do a couple 10-second increments, probably with some talking in them, some cuts, stuff like that. This is 10 second. I meant 10 minute. So I'm going to spend 10 minutes in here in the desert, just cutting down sand, and I'll try to sell it all, but I might end up keeping a little bit of sand, and we're gonna try a couple things. We're gonna try sand, we're going to try caving, and then I have one last thing that I want to try. And of course this is not gonna be as good as, say, farming, but I don't really have the money right now, because you need a little bit of startup cash to start farming, and I don't have that money yet in factions. So let's see, can I break here? I can. I'm going to start the timer. Go! I'm going to use Giga Drill, and let's see. Oh no, my sounds. Oop. And farming is going to be profitable. I'm using the tools from the kits here, and when I do this, I'm going to try to not use kits, because I know that not everyone has access to every kit, but I'm going to use the super fast tools from the kit. I'm also going to use my MCMMO. Your MCMMO goes up really quick, just grinding away at sand. I'm also going to try to avoid people during this. But when your MCMMO goes up, you start getting things like this glowstone dust that you see. But I might also get, like, here I got a name tag. That's a pretty useful thing that I can keep that I don't necessarily, that isn't worth anything, because I don't think you could sell it. I might try to auction it, but I don't think anyone's going to want to buy it. If you get your MCMMO up high enough, you can start getting diamonds and things like that from MCMMO. And records, cake. Some of this stuff is more gimmicky and less actually useful for making money, but the diamonds are very useful for making money. You can sell them for quite a bit. And sand is also useful in factions just for cannons. Like, you need a lot of sand if you're going to cannon successfully. Let's see. Okay, we're getting a decent bit here. Use feed. There we go. I just ran the hero kit. I'm wearing the hero armor too. I should really be wearing god armor. I'm pretty close to spawn. And I think my prediction is that this is going to be the most profitable way of doing things. It's just that when you're in the cave, there's a almost a chance, like, let me see, can I sell sandstone? I don't know if you can. I'm just curious. Sell hand. You cannot sell sandstone to the server. Weirdest thing. Okay, but whatever. There's a kind of a... Sorry, what was I looking for there? A randomness to caving is the word that I was looking for. There's a randomness where, like, you might find a good cave, you might find a bad cave. The upside to cutting sand or digging sand is that you're always going to have the same... the desert is pretty much always going to have the same amount unless it's a small desert, right? So if you just find a big enough desert, there's always going to be sand. It's not like you're going to be looking for sand. And then one of the downsides to this is sand is useful, maybe not as useful as iron and diamonds and gold that you'll find in caves. Also, this one's just more boring in general. Going caving, you can get materials that you can use. You can get levels. It's more fun. There are mobs to fight. Guess you could level up your MCMMO, but you level it up here too. But I'm going to go chop away for about another 7 minutes and then tell you guys how I did in terms of money. Alright guys, I got about 20 seconds left here, and I'll tell you what I've noticed. I've been hacking away, and this is how much I got done in about 10 minutes. My excavation is now high enough. I don't know if it was when I started, but now it's definitely high enough that I get diamonds and I get records and all that stuff. I get everything. Okay, there we go. Maybe not cake. That's 10 minutes right there. Now, for the sake of experiment, I'm actually going to sell all the sand. I'm going to sell all the diamonds, all the glowstone. I'm going to sell everything to have the most fair and balanced experiment possible. So I have to sell hand. I'm just going to sell everything that I got from being here. I'm going to do the same. I think, yeah, you could sell these. You could sell this. Sell this. Sell these. That was $600 alone. You can't sell these, I don't think. Yeah. Can't sell records. And that's all I got for being here. Besides these records and these name tags, which I will sell the records and I will sell the name tags on auction, so I could make a couple hundred more from that. But from 10 minutes of being here, I made $2,031. $2,031. So let's go calculator. My calculator's right next to my stopwatch, so that's good on my phone. So 2,031. Assuming I make about that. Some time was lost in inventory management. Some time was lost in going to /sell, but my inventory was near empty. This was a pretty good test. And then, let's see, in 1 hour, so times 6, you'd make about $12,000. About $12,000. I'm going to write that down, and I'm going to go find a cave. Alright guys, some little bit before we get started on the caving portion here. Cleared out my inventory, battle is set to 0. I'm going to spend 10 minutes exactly in this cave just like before. But like I mentioned, there's a lot of randomness in caving. Caving is one of the most random things in this game. You know, we could have an incredibly good run. I mean, I haven't checked out this cave. Hopefully it's alright. I don't know. But we could have an incredibly good run where we find a ton of diamonds and gold and everything, and we can make lots of money and sell it. Or we could have a really bad run where the cave ends like there and there. If we can get in 10 minutes of caving, I'm going to consider it a legitimate run. If, like, I can only cave for 2 minutes before I run out of cave, I'm going to have to find a new cave. That in mind, I want to spend as little time as possible on inventory management, so I have made 4 stacks of torches. I do have more wood, however. I'm going to pick it up if I need it. One of the main differences from this and the last one is there's actually some overhead to this. You need to invest in the torches to go mining. So there is some cost to going mining here, compared to digging out a desert where, assuming you have the tools, you're fine. So, that in mind, one last thing, I brought a fortune pick instead of a silk touch. I meant to bring a silk touch and a fortune. That's the best way to do it. So this isn't going to be the best test, but I could not get a silk touch so quick. I need to wait until my kit came back, and also I wanted a quick silk touch, and I don't have one of those. So, this is what I have now. I'm going to go mining, and I'll be back at the end of 10 minutes. Alright guys, I've been caving for about 3.5 minutes here, and one thing I noticed that I did not expect to was that I haven't been running into mobs, like, at all. I have not been running into any creepers, skeletons, zombies, spiders, anything like that. I haven't seen a single mob, which for you, maybe, like, that's a plus. Yes, no mobs. Again, it's completely up to you. For me, personally, I really like running into mobs when I go caving. I think that it adds another element of randomness. It adds a more skill to caving, and it's fun. You know, you get experience, you get more stuff when you go caving. So I think that mobs do spawn in caves on this server. I just think that there are so many mobs spawned in the above world, and because it's such a big server, you're less likely to see mobs in any one specific isolated caving incident. One thing that I will say already that I've noticed that's better in caving is that you tend to get more of your stuff, right? So clear lag runs every so often on the server, and that's bound to happen. That's servers need to run clear lag or else they'd be really laggy. But when clear lag runs and you're chopping away at sand, you're gonna lose your batch of sand that you had laying on the ground that you were 20 seconds from picking up. Whereas if you're caving, you're usually standing on top of or next to the blocks that you're breaking. You see, right here, I'll stand right here and I'll pick them up right away. It's less likely for me to lose them. Also, I've noticed that as far as MCMO goes, I'm leveling up almost as quickly as I would if I were sorry, digging sand. But I'm leveling up mining, of course, a different skill. And it's going to be different because my excavation was higher, therefore it's harder to get levels and all that. But I'm leveling up my mining faster than I thought I would level up mining. Mining is a pretty useful one to level up. Oh, it looks like someone's been here. Tell because of the way it's all carved up. Some people go caving with night vision. I'm not going to go over there because it looks like somebody was already there. They did a poor job at caving, though. Yeah, somebody was definitely here. Oh, no. This test. If it comes to the point that I can't cave anymore because someone else was already here, then I'm going to have to... Oh, then I'm going to pause it. Oop. Oh, I put myself out, I thought. Oh, you can't build here? What? Oh. Then I'm going to pause it and find a new cave and continue. It looks like here... Yeah, we hit about the end. I'm going to go back because that's Warzone right there. So that's a specific incident, I suppose, where I wouldn't be able to. Oh, here, maybe we can continue here. Anyway, MCMMO is leveling up pretty quick. MCMMO for mining is very useful. You can get like extra drops and stuff. Again, another problem with mining, you could say, is what you just saw right there. That could be a con that you will, if you're in a more densely populated area, you'll run into things like Warzone and people's claims, where even though there's not directly a base in front of you, they have that chunk claimed from sky to bedrock, so you can't exactly dig there because of their claim. So whatever, that's one drawback I could say to mining. But if I were to go mining, this time I went pretty close to one of the biome warps, obviously close enough that I ran into it underground. But for the next time I go, if I end up going again, if this is one of the most profitable ways to make money. By the way, I didn't find any diamonds, so diamonds or gold. I didn't find lapis, mostly just iron and coal. So again, there's that element of randomness. You could go into a cave, find a bunch of diamonds, or you can go into a cave and find no diamonds. But diamonds are very profitable. I think they sell for like $100 each. I think that's what we found out. YouTube Plus, Paintball Kitty. I think of the YouTube Plus title's really cool in the server. I think that it just stands out. I have the Twitch Plus one. Oh. You gotta get out of here. Oh, there we go. I have noticed also, like, is my personal opinion, maybe for you guys it's different, but I find caving just to be more fun than sand digging. Like, digging sand, I find that often I'm just sitting there. You are just sitting there whacking away at blocks. Whereas here, you gotta run around, organize your inventory, you gotta eat. Is this where I just was? Yeah. So is this the way out? I don't exactly remember. You gotta organize your inventory, you gotta eat, you gotta do all this stuff. There's an element to finding the actual ores. And this is a pretty good test, but not a great one, however. And also there's the one big thing that I haven't said yet is that you gotta smelt everything up. I have to smelt up all the iron. I have to smelt up everything, which is something that we don't have to do with sand. I mean, unless you sell it as glass, but I don't think that there's really a point to doing that. That in mind, I think that on this server I'm going to try a blaze farm, maybe in addition to... Oh, okay, I think I'm gonna try to cave, pick up what this guy missed. Even though that's not a great way to go caving. Here we go. There's more cave over here. Maybe he hit this up too. Yeah, it looks like he did. Darn it. There's like 45 seconds left. Oh, he hit all this up. Damn it. So yeah, we could have had a better run. But, we'll have runs that are worse than this at caving, and we'll have runs that are better. So this is a pretty good test of what an average caving run will look like. Got about 30 seconds left. I don't think that I'm going to go find a new cave. I think I'm just going to mark this one off as good. As a good enough test, that is. Yeah, no lava flow. Pour this on here. Alright. 10 seconds. Can I get one more ore? Oh. I also took more torches than I needed. Turns out. Thought I would need close to this many. Maybe it's worth it to go caving with night vision. Oh, that's 10 minutes. I'll finish mining this bit here. because we ran into that one complication where someone was already mining. So I'll use that. There we go. Finish mining it out. Almost. There we go. All right. Now I'm gonna smelt it up, sell it, and we'll be good. All right, guys. I'm back. I smelted up all the stuff. Now we have to consider some. What are they called? Sources of error. So some of the cobblestone that I got from mining, I went into these furnaces. Some of the coal I got went into smelting, which could be different if I had like blaze rods or furnaces already made or something like that. But I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna do sell hand. Boom. Oh, 2,500 already. Oh, 62. And what is that? Another 1,000. So if I go bow, I made $4,551.25 just from this, which is crazy. It's more than double what I got doing the other. Now I'm going to take out my calculator. What was that number one more time? 4451.25 times 6, because that was 10 minutes, times 6. $26,000. $26,707.50 an hour compared to mining, which was only 12. So you get more than double if you go caving and do as well or better as I did. Mind you, I didn't find any gold or any diamonds in the mine. I found a little bit of redstone and no lapis. So that's mostly money from coal and iron. Now, that in mind, you'll run out of caves quicker than you'll run out of deserts, and also caves are harder to find, so there is that aspect, that trade-off. And the economy is pretty balanced on Woodycraft. It has a pretty balanced economy, so that's also a factor. I want to try one last thing. Spawn. I was deciding between tree cutting and doing this, and I chose this, and you guys are going to see what it is. So you'll see I go right here. I'm going to go to the end and mine endstone. So now endstone makes your mining MCMO go up really quick, and it sells for a decent bit at the store. You can make decent money doing this. Oh crap, that guy wants to kill me, I'm sure of it. Shh. It's also more dangerous in the end. The end's also really small, so you're going to run out quickly. You can see that people have already been caving here. But I'm going to go for 10 minutes of caving in here, and then I will show you guys. Then I'll tell you guys how I do. No, stop it! Stop it here. Can I just get in a sell hand here? You can't use that command in combat. Damn it. Okay. I don't care about dying. We lost our test. Okay. I think that mining endstone is going to be impossible. I will say, however, it was very profitable. If you scroll up in the chat, I don't think you could see it anymore. It's probably gone. Yeah, but I'll just run a bow. I got $660 in like 3 minutes of mining. It's very quick. Mining endstone is a great way to make money, but the trade-off for that is it's really dangerous. I was somewhat close to the entrance, but all around the end there are people like, oh, I just wanted your head. R. Wait, what's going on with my caps lock? R. I was recording something. Ah. Yeah, so whatever. It's really dangerous, and I think that that's important to keep in mind because when we looked at all these different ways to make money, we looked at more than just how profitable they were. We looked at the ups and the downs of them. I'll put it so I'm in the video. We looked at more than just, how profitable it was. We looked at the ups of it, the downs of it, and I'm sorry if, you hear that loud. Oh, that was loud. Sorry, the window's opened. But, it's very hot in here, and it's very cool outside. Regardless, we had to look at the ups and downs. We looked at the better parts and the worst parts. And that's obviously a downside to this, and I think that it's important to keep in mind that that is a downside. So to recap, it looks like caving is probably the best way to do things, but there are a lot of people on Woodycraft that have already been caving, like a bunch. So you got to be careful when looking for a cave. I would look for a good cave, but that in mind, you got caving is the most profitable, at $26,000 an hour. Sand mining at $12,000 an hour is a little bit less profitable, and I assume that mining end stone would be somewhere in the middle, if not a little bit more profitable, probably somewhere in the middle. But it's more dangerous, and of course, there's upsides and downsides to all of them. And I listed those, as you heard. Your MCMMO will go up a lot from mining endstone was one last thing I had to say. The MCMMO goes up a lot when mining endstone. This is actually our F home. I could do a home chest, and you see this is where I store my stuff. Right here. Da-da-da. I have to organize this all out, though. It's not very organized right now, as is. I also don't have any way to make money besides this. This is my only way to make money in here. And it does not make that much money at all. I have to work on farms. We have to make a mob farm, but those we usually share as a whole faction. And then I want to make some personal farms too. So, thank you guys for watching.